Panther people, what up? We're going to talk about what's making noise during OTAs, which could also be the last OTAs we get, from here on out if the players have their way. What's going on? You watching Panthers Post with Phil Perkins. Thanks for joining us here. Again, practice. No one's hitting each other. Obviously, if someone goes down with an Achilles, I think there's a video of Aaron Rodgers during Jets OTAs that he's sitting down on a cart. And he's kind of taking a look at his Achilles itself and just kind of looking at it perplexed, like, what the heck's going on around here? Those stem cells not work? Those stem cells injections not work? Either way, let's talk about some of the headlines that people are talking about right now with OTAs. Yeah, Xavier Legette didn't practice. They said he tweaked his hammy a little bit. It's all about semantics right now. Tweak, tight, overworked. There's a video that he posted up, or at least the footwork guru, works some of the best wide receivers in the NFL, posted Xavier Legette, this, again, a massive human being, 60 pounds more than Xavier Worthy, and ran not that much slower than he did in the 40, and he's absolutely killing it. I would not want to play man defense against this guy. Even if I was playing zone, playing off Xavier Legette, and I had this mountain of, not mountain, he's like 6'1", but 225, 230 pounds of muscle just coming at you, full speed, fast. I'm not talking fast for a big guy. I'm talking legitimate speed. And you got to backpedal and try to, control this guy midair if he wants to go for a go ball. Like, that's tough. But I can imagine, doing his training on the side and doing stuff with the Panthers, that he's going to be a little tight right now. The last thing they want to do is get him hurt before real practice. When the real practice starts, later on in the summer during training camp. I've been drinking out of this cup since I started Panthers Post in 2020. Before that. And it's got my teams. You got the Panthers, got the Raptors, got the Blue Jays. Didn't have enough space for other teams. But if you guys want something like this, is this something you guys want? Because if you're like me, you like multiple teams. If I could add Carolina Hurricanes on this, if I can add Tottenham Hotspur, if I can add the Maple Leafs somewhere on the bottom because they make me sad, I would. And I have another cup like that. If you guys have your teams, you're a Dookie, you're a Tar Heel, and you also like the Panthers, and you also like, Charlotte FC, you like the Atlanta Braves, and you want to put all in one mug, why not just consolidate your fandom, put it on this mug? Let me know. I'm not selling anything now. I just want to know if the appetite is out there. Hit me up in the comments, and I'll tally it, and I'll put he's not practicing, he's holding out, or whatever he's doing. I don't care. If he shows up at week 1 against the Saints, I'm okay with it. I really don't care. And if he leaves, fine. As Dave Canales has said, he has no emotional attachment to any of these players. He has nothing to do with the Frank Reich era, the Steve Wilkes era, the David Tepper era. Nothing. This is his new time. It's a blank slate. These are players that he is adopting. They're not his guys. If he doesn't let them go this year, he'll let the guys he doesn't want to go next year. And so if Eddie Pinheiro doesn't want to stick around, that's totally fine. Again, we're not a team that's going to be competing, for any real silverware at this point. I still think we could surprise some people. I truly do. I forget what my win total was, I think, during the schedule recap. I think anywhere between 4 and 5 wins. We're looking at Bryce Young's footwork. Bryce Young, people are getting videos from training camp last year where, admittedly now, people are speaking more freely about it now, that he had 1,000 different voices in his head because we had that all-star coaching staff last year. And you see his feet just kind of pitter-pattering all over the place. Hot feet, spicy. Not like Peyton Manning, who I feel like had a method to his mad feet when he was in the pocket. It just looked like Bryce was just confused on what to do with his feet for whatever reason. It's like he was told one thing and told everything you do in Alabama, forget that, you're in the pros now. But that's just one throw. It's one throw that we got from training camp last year compared to a throw from yesterday where his feet definitely look quieter, if you want to put it that way. It seems like his feet are thinking less, meaning his brain is thinking less. He's just playing. He has a better foundation. His feet are wider apart right now. My kid's playing T-ball, and it's all about building that foundation right now. And having your feet wider than your shoulders, yada, yada, yada. And so it looks like Bryce's feet are quieter, bit more stable, bit more consistency in terms of coaching that he's actually receiving. Ikem Ekwonu, Charlotte's very own Ikem Ekwonu. I don't know if he meant to say this in terms of what the repercussions could have been. Not saying he's going to lose his job, but he was very honest. And I commend him for that because, now with, more players having vlogs and their own channels, the honesty that players give to non-players, past or present, aka reporters like myself who never played a lick of the NFL, you very rarely get those real answers because they reserve those for, for the pivot or for the 4th and 1 with Cam Newton or for with Smitty's podcast. So when he said that he was basically riding off the coattails of his very good rookie season into his second year, just thinking, okay, well, I did that. I could totally pick up where I left off in my second year. And we saw he failed at that miserably. And whether it was his attitude, his training, lack thereof, or the system, the Frank Reich system, which is a bit more pass heavy than it was previously when Steve Wilkes was coming in relief of Matt Rule, who got gassed, and they ran the ball a lot. That became the Panthers' identity. They went away with that with Frank Reich, even though they said they were going to run the ball. And now he learned. He was embarrassed. Luckily, he's not in New York. He's not in Philly. He's not in Dallas. He would have been eviscerated more, times 1,000, than he was in Charlotte. He is lucky that he was in a market like Charlotte, which is an amazing market, but it's just not those. And he can regroup. And it looks like he got the message, whether it's from his family, his friends, his teammates, coaches. He looks bigger. He looks healthier. He looks out. He's running wide receiver drills with wide receivers in the offseason. I've seen that as well. And he's also walking into a system with Dave Canales, who is going to be adamant about running the ball. And him and Jonathan Brooks, I think, are going to be absolute best friends, along with Bryce Young, of course. But I think that realization that Icky was, candid enough to say to reporters that he thought he was, too cool for school, basically, in his second year. He realized, no, man, you're flunking. So he's putting in the work now, and he's going to be coming back in his third year with a head coach who's going to run the ball and has reiterated to us something that we've always known during the draft period when he was coming out of NC State, that Ikem Ekwonu is a mauler. He is a road grinder. That's exactly what he does best, and that's what he's going to do for the Carolina Panthers. Let me know what you guys want to talk about until Stephon Gilmore signs with the Panthers, until that happens, until training camp happens. Mind you, I saw the new training camp merch. It's good to see that the NFL is embracing the A-frame golfer 5-panel hat. I'm about that. I can't wait to see what the actual season turns out. There could be some good merch. I'm feeling it because I'm kind of growing out of the fitted new era 5950. What is it? 5950 hats? I'm all about the A-frame. I got a long face. But let me know what you guys want to talk about. Busts this year, booms this year. I talked about Icky and Bryce having a big bounce back year. Big contributors, surprise cuts. Let me know what you guys want during this offseason because it's long. It's long. So unless they sign some big old players or let some guys go out of nowhere, or there's a massive injury, which I hope not, we need some material to talk about. Let me know what you guys want to do in the comments below. Spread the word, share, like, subscribe. See you guys soon.